Hello, hello. There we go. Let's shed some light on that. It helps if you turn your phone on silent before you start making a video. That's all I have to say. I dropped my phone once again today for the 100th millionth time. So now it's cracked all the way across the top, and I cannot even see if there's anyone here. Ah, there is a person. There's a lot of people watching that don't ever comment, so well, I shouldn't say a lot. That would be an exaggeration. But hello, hello, welcome everyone. How's it going? Going good, I trust. So today I want to talk about a message that I received that may not be for everyone, but if I received it, I know it's for me and I know it's for a large group of us. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to run with it. The first thing that I want to mention is that we talk a lot about what's going on in our body with the physical part of Ascension and how it affects us, the different parts of the body. And that's things that we've been hearing about for a really long time. But there are many things that never get spoken about by anyone, or not to my awareness or recognition anyway. So the first thing I want to start with is Ascension isn't about learning a bunch of things. Ascension is not about I gain all this knowledge and that therefore I am enlightened. I can talk, I know I can. Ascension in its basic root is this. It's an unlearning of everything that the world has taught you. And that's the indoctrinated education system. That's your parents. That's your friends. That's television. That's all these things in our outside world that we have been taught by so many. And so, again, Ascension is not about learning anything to gain enlightenment. In fact, it's the quite opposite. Ascension really is the unlearning of everything that you've taught that keeps you from ascending past that barrier. Now, we have people who have been talking about the matrix. When will the matrix go away? And I want to tell you that the neocortex of our brain is something that they know has not been turned on forever. It's relatively recent in Homo sapiens or any other kind of human being on this planet. So, neocortex, think about that for a second. Are you lost in your mind? Is Neo lost in the matrix? Are you lost in the matrix in your neocortex? I ask you, it's very important. Think about that one. Chew on that for a little bit. Because again, Ascension is an unlearning. The Great Awakening is the great unlearning. And the bigger part to the Ascension process really is about giving the middle finger to anything in your life or anything in the outside world that no longer serves you. Again, giving your middle finger to anything in your life that no longer serves you. That really is the point of Ascension. You may not understand right now in the Ascension process your body. You may feel like a foreigner in your own body, and you may feel like a foreigner in your own neocortex or a foreigner in your own brain. But if you just invite yourself to drop into your heart and into your soul, in that space, You will not feel like a stranger. You may not understand what's happening within your body. You may not even understand what's happening in your life because people, places, and things are being taken away from us and also coming into us at a really expedited rate right now. And that is for our own good. People falling away from us can be very, very painful. And it's a very, very deep pain. Trust me, I can attest to this. But we absolutely have to make room for the new people in our lives. And that's the reason it's happening. So, at what ease and what grace do we move through the ascension process? Depends on how well we allow these changes to happen in our life. Some people will see us right now as a shining, beautiful diamond, as the star that we are. And some people will look at us like we are nothing or like we are a rock instead of a precious gem. Be with those who know you, who recognize you, and who you ignite that spark in, who realize that you are, in fact, a precious gem. And that's a very big part of the ascension process, is that when you come into being with the knowing of your own self-worth, that you invite people in your life that mirror back that self-worth to you. You no longer will invite or allow people who are not passionately ignited about you, about your direction, about your choices, about all of it. The reason why I talk about divine love so much, and the reason why I know it is something very true in this really important time right now, is because anything that I know is out there, I'm going to share with you. And how I know this amazing, mind blowing, passionately driven love for me is out there is because it's in here. Whatever you feel in here is out there to match you. And I have invited and ignited that match to meet me there. This person will see you again as the shining diamond, as the shining star that you are. You have this amazing, passionate heart. So when someone sees that in you, when someone recognizes that in you, when other people see that in you, those are your people. Again, I only know that this great love for me is out there because it's in here. I know the way that I can be treated because I know how I want to treat someone else. And that's really, really, the foreshadowing for that is amazing. It's beautiful. It's the reason I came here. And that is how we alter our outside world, is by being who we are, by being that shining star on the inside. I've talked about my shyness before and how this is not exactly easy for me to do. But I also know that there is no advancement on my path, and that there is no advancement on my mission, and that there is no advancement in my soul purpose if I don't do anything that's sometimes uncomfortable or out of the box for me. So that is why I am here. I am here because I am getting out of my own self-contained box of Tina and sharing what I know and what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling with you. I know in divine love that you are somebody's manifestation. You are somebody's absolute dream come true. And that you are the answer to someone's prayer or the manifestation of someone's divine, perfect, true wish. And the only thing that gets us stuck or in the way from having everything that we've ever wanted is how we perceive and retrieve the things that are filtering into our life for our own highest good. So this is going to be a very short video today, but I wanted to share a message that I got with you earlier today that pertains to a very big group of us at this time. And that message is this. If you are having a hard time picking your path or choosing your direction, it is because you have chosen yourself to put the blindfold on yourself. You at any time can step out of mediocrity and into greatness by removing the blindfold that you have put over your own eyes. There are things that you have always wanted in your heart and in your soul, and those things have started coming into your life within the last year very heavily. And sometimes when those things show up for us, we are afraid. What if that thing doesn't work out? What if it's an accidental? There are no accidents. I think anybody watching this probably knows at this point that there are no accidents. So higher self comes through and spirit guides us to please, please, please take off the restricted blinders that stop you from anything that it is that's coming into your field that you have always wanted. It's so important to listen to this. A lot of times, many of you on the first wave, it comes in, we get really excited. Yes, that's what I wanted. That's why I came here. That's what I ordered. But then we retract, we get afraid of it, or we feel insecure, or we lack self-worth. These are things that I struggle with myself. Obviously, I can't talk about things that I'm not aware of or that I don't understand. So I very much understand and recognize this in myself, of course. But those self-imposed blinders at this time, they are literally the death card in tarot. Our blinders are the one thing in our life that's holding us back from our complete and total transformation at this time. We have so much incredible love to give to this world, so much world altering passion to bring divine justice to our own lives and to this system. That is why we are filled with love. That is why we are filled with passion. So that this new direction, this new transformation, this ascension can catch up with everyone and go down the line and the wave of ascension from one group to the next. But the biggest way we do that is by being at peace with the things that are coming into our life that we've always wanted. And for some reason, that transition can be really hard or really unnerving or really out of the box. Again, that's why I'm here. I have to be out of my own box, out of my own comfortable zone, and in my own intuitive knowing. And that is what catapults us into the direction, not only that I have chosen, that we have chosen, that you have chosen, but the world has chosen, the divine have chosen. This universe is assisting us. Again, we are in a state where the energetics is emotional fulfillment, passionate new beginnings. We have to raise ourselves up to meet that, which again, I know sometimes can be a scary place. But you also know that you are the magician. You are the one that called this forth into your life. And now it's here. My suggestion is to embrace it, though I can tell you I fight with it as well. Now, what is happening for a large group of us, and this is the reason that I'm bringing the message through today, is that right now in the heart space and in our soul space, we are feeling a little bit out in the cold. We are feeling a little bit detached from our dreams. We are feeling a little bit isolated from people, places, and things that we love, that we are in love with. And Spirit says, and the universe says, these are the gifts I bring to you to do something, to make something, to create something with. And though the choice is yours, the choice is ours, the choice is everyone's to step into this ascension process wholeheartedly, inviting it wholeheartedly, there is an energetic that is building for people who are not able to get into their alignment with their heart space and their soul space. And what that energetic momentum is right now is it is a tower moment, if you will. So anything in your reality, whether that be a person, a job, a geographical location, whatever that is that you are holding on to for a reason outside of wanting it or needing it in your heart or in your soul, is starting to self-destruct. You may see this. It will start as a general an uncomfortability in your life. There's this thing I really want, but I'm not going after it, and it's making me uncomfortable. And it will continue to make you uncomfortable. It will continue to push and pull things in and out of your life until you decide. And I'm not saying this to be negative. I'm saying this because it's part of the ascension process. So to ignore it is to ignore the ascension process, to pay attention to what people are saying about astrological alignments and physical body symptoms, but then to ignore what your heart wants or what your soul wants. Again, it will bring these things in your third dimensional reality that do not also share your heart space into a moment. And again, initially at first, it starts with an uncomfortability, but that uncomfortability will grow until you cannot take it any longer. So the message today is, as much as you can, as joyfully as you can, accept and invite these new, beautiful, exotic happenings into your life. I know it can be scary and it can feel like a free fall, but it's the most important part of our ascension process is the alignment with heart and soul and what is truly there within you. We all have the strength to do this. Some days you may feel stronger about doing this or stronger about your capability to do this than other days. But nevertheless, I'll say it again, there are so many incredible life-altering, life-shifting stages to ascension. And the most important one for the first wave for you and I is listening to what is it in my soul? What is it in my heart that activates me? What drives me? What gives me this passionate overflow of incredible momentum to go forward in my personal space when the world looks like such a mess. Again, for me, the thing that is most helpful to know, because I've spent the majority of my life alone, not in relationships, and why it's so important for me to wait is because what is in here that I know I can have, I know the world can mirror that, will mirror that, has already invited that which I feel in my heart for myself and my life to be mirrored back to me through another beautiful person. That is what I know. That is how I stay positive. That is how I stay grounded. That is how I stay in love throughout everything. Thank you guys for being here. I love you, and you know that. And there's a song lyric that I want to say because it's so incredibly beautiful. You're in my blood, you're in my veins, in every word that I pray. I'm in love with you. I'm overwhelmed by you. And if the world is listening, this is my confession. You are my obsession.